Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from Phone Bunch, and today we are reviewing the XOLO Q1010i, which comes with a 5-inch HD IPS OGS display. At the back you have an 8 megapixel camera which uses Sony's Exmor R Sensor. So first let's have a look at the hardware specifications. So you can see from right here, it's powered by the MT6582 chipset, 720 by 1280 pixels display, it's IPS, and then you have a quad-core processor at 1.3 GHz and Mali 400 MP2 GPU. 966 MB of RAM out of 1 GB that's available, 8 megapixel primary camera which comes with autofocus, touch to focus, and you can record up to 1080p videos, and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. You have a 2250 mAh lithium polymer battery, and you have accelerometer, proximity sensor as well as a light sensor available on the phone. Coming to the build of the device, on the left you have the volume rocker and you can see the metallic looking trim. It gives a classy appearance to the phone. At the top you have the 3.5mm audio jack and you can see how that finishing ends up on the camera as well. Moving to the right you have the power lock and unlock button. It's quite sturdy as well and you can see that trim running through the entire device. At the bottom you have the primary microphone as well as the micro USB, data syncing and charging port. Now if you move to the back of the device you can see the camera up top. It's 8 megapixel powered by the Sony Exmor R Sensor. A secondary noise cancellation microphone as well as LED flash, XOLO logo right there, and at the bottom you have the loudspeaker, which is actually quite loud. Now let's open up the back cover. We'll have a peek inside. The back cover is relatively easy to open. It's a bit flimsy, definitely. It's a bit thin as well. But when it's on the phone, there's no flex at all. On the left you can see the two micro SIM card slots, SIM 1 and SIM 2. On the right you have your micro SD card slot, and in the middle you have your 2250 mAh lithium polymer battery which is non-removable. That's what gives the phone more sturdiness. And you can see how well laid out the interiors are. The phone actually has excellent build quality. There are no creaking parts. The back cover fits in solidly and the phone feels really good to hold in the hand as well. Now if we come to the front, you have the 5-inch HD IPS OGS or one glass solution display for better contrast and touch response. You have 3 capacitive buttons at the bottom for menu, home and back, which do light up. However, the backlighting is very weak. You can only see it in the dark. At the top, you have your 2 megapixel front facing camera, a notification LED, proximity and light sensors, and the main earpiece. If we talk about the display specifically, it has excellent touch response. The viewing angles on the display are really wide, whether it's horizontal or vertical. There is no color or brightness distortion anywhere. Now let me change some wallpaper so that you can see the brilliant color reproduction yourself. It's accurate and it's quite vibrant. The brightness is also quite high, so you can see the display outdoors too. But being a bit reflective, outdoor visibility is a bit poor. There's Asahi scratch resistant glass covering on it as well, which protects the display from scratches as well as minor damages. Let's get into settings so you can see how dark the blacks actually are. The contrast levels are really good on the display. Now if we come to network and call quality, you can see the default dialer interface. You can make 3G video calls. This is a default call log for missed outgoing as well as incoming calls. The earpiece volume is a bit low. However, the call clarity on the other end is quite good because of the dual noise cancellation microphones. And this is your SIM management. You have roaming reminders available on this phone as well. Now coming to the camera, you have your HDR mode, beauty shot, panorama, best shot and other modes right there. You can switch between the front facing camera and the back camera from up top. Here are the default settings. You have white balance settings, several new ones also like twilight shade and warm fluorescent available right here. Then you have zero shutter delay, which I would recommend keeping it off all the time. You have your burst mode available there, 8 megapixel images, and that's the preview size, whether it's 4:3 or full screen. You can also set ISO manually. Then you have electronic image stabilization, which again I would recommend to be turned off, and video quality should be turned to fine if you want to record at 1080p, 30 frames per second. You have touch to focus and autofocus available on the camera too. The camera takes sharp images. Now this is the front facing camera. Let's get into its settings. So you can see from right there, the picture size is 2 megapixels. You have EIS on the front cam as well, but can record up to VGA resolution only, that's 640 by 480 pixels. Let's have a look at some of the camera samples taken with the rear camera. On the left you have your normal mode, on the right HDR. This is a macro shot. You can see how detailed, crisp and sharp it is. Now this is a near focus shot. You can see how beautiful the colors look. They are absolutely spot on. This is again a close-up shot. You can see how finely detailed it is. The camera takes great crisp pictures. You can see how sharp this image is. The color reproduction of the camera is also quite accurate. You can see that from right here. It's a distant focus shot. We have a separate camera review. You should have a look at that too. Now this is the default headset that comes with the device. These actually sound quite good. Although a bit bass heavy, nevertheless for the general user it's really good. They have a silver pin and a single button interface to end and receive calls. And that's pretty much it. Now let's play some music. The speakerphone here is actually quite loud. It's quite clear as well. It doesn't make any crackling noises at full volume. Just have a listen. FM radio with recording is also available and there are no issues with reception. Now this is a 1080p video sample. Again, no issues with playback. That's what we expect. There is no ghosting, freezing of any kind. And there is no lag whatsoever in playback as well. Have a look. There is no frame delay, no frame drop. And this is what we found in gaming as well. It was absolutely brilliant. Now we are playing a 720p video on YouTube. It's an unboxing of the Q1010i. Now again, YouTube playback is a bit sluggish, is a bit laggy. Same as the XOLO Q2500. It seems there is a compatibility issue with the MT6582 chipset and YouTube. We hope it would be fixed soon. Because when we tried another app, it's called Viral Video YouTube Pop-up. And we are playing in 720p HD here again. And you see the video plays absolutely smooth. There are no issues here, no frame rate drops, nothing. The video plays as it should. It's absolutely crisp. There are no issues with sync anywhere. So it just seems like a compatibility issue with the YouTube app in particular. Now let's talk about software. So you have two new options, gesture and glove mode. We have already shown you both in another video, but let's have a look at gestures. So if you draw a C, it opens up the dialer and unlocks your device as well. You have another gesture. If you draw an E, it opens up your browser. And if you draw an M on the display in sleep mode, it opens up the camera directly just like that. Very handy features, can be useful, a little bit gimmicky as well. Now let's get back into settings. We'll get into about device. So from here you can see it's a Q1010i running Android 4.2.2 with a promised Android 4.4 KitKat update. You have system updates available, so an OT update would be available whensoever XOLO addresses it. Connectivity options include 3G, Wi-Fi hotspot, USB tethering as well as Bluetooth tethering. You have Bluetooth 4.0 available on the device. Coming to display, you have your lock screen notifications. You do have auto brightness because you have a light sensor there. Daydream as well as wireless displays available. Coming to storage, you have APK installer, which finds all the APK files if you have on their SD card or phone storage. It takes a lot of time to load them, but it does work sometimes. Then you have your preferred install location, where you can choose whether to install apps on the SD card or internal device storage. App and app data are movable to the SD card. Then you have 1.97 GB as internal storage. We have a 16 GB SD card inserted, and you have 4.39 GB that's available as your phone storage. It has a 8 GB ROM. USB OTG is also supported on the device, which we have already shown in another video. The features and accessories of the XOLO Q1010i. Now coming to battery, the phone can easily last more than 1 day on a single charge. You can see that we have already spent an entire day on the device and still battery is left. We had Wi-Fi on all the time too. However, gaming would definitely reduce the battery quite quickly. The phone gets a bit warm but never hot. In security, you have app permissions, which is a new feature whereby you can prohibit any app for using a particular feature. Let's say you don't want Chrome to record sound, so you can say always deny, and Chrome would never be able to use your microphone. Same goes for other permissions. In security, you have two other options, face unlock and voice unlock, apart from pattern, pin and password, which have become de facto in this range. Then you have XOLO Secure and Android Device Manager as your device administrators, which will help you locate, erase your device if it gets lost. Then you have schedule power on and off if you want to use that. That's pretty much about settings. Coming to the home screens, you have 5 default home screens. Great touch response as you saw right there. The app drawer again is quite stock, so is the widget drawer. No customization done here. Everything looks stock, works quite well because of it as well. You can install your own launchers anyways. So you can see that there's zero customization. You don't have an option to sort apps as well. I really like the barren look of the entire OS. It definitely gives it more speed. So you can see this is the default keyboard. So this time around XOLO has included the swipe keyboard. That's a new AOSP keyboard from Google. So you can see it enables a swipe functionality and it works absolutely brilliantly well. Now coming to web browsing, we have already loaded phonebunch.com. There are no issues with our mobile website in scrolling. Now we are loading our full website. Ours is a heavier website. It has several images as well as videos. So you can see right here, no issues with scrolling even though this is such a heavy page. And you can see how smooth pinch to zoom is. And furthermore, you can see also the text that is absolutely crisp and the text reflows quickly too. Now you do get some free accessories also. This is the flip cover that comes within the box. It's quite sturdy, looks great as well, sort of leather. Then you have your screen guard and you also have a USB OTG cable within the box. All of these are good in quality. You can see our unboxing video for more on that. Talking about general performance as well, there are no issues. You can see how smooth the touch is. You can enable that glove mode also if you want better touch response. And the phone performs brilliantly in everyday tasks. It has great build quality. The metallic looking trim actually adds a sense of style. Then there's a brilliant Sony Exmor R Sensor which takes sharp, bright images. Low light imaging is a bit iffy, but in good lighting, images turn out to be sharp with vibrant colors. Well folks, that was a review of the XOLO Q1010i. It's one of the better phones you can get at about Rs 12,000 with excellent performance, a great camera and a brilliant 5-inch HD IPS display. We'll be back with lot more phones. Till then, you can watch the unboxing of the Q1010i, its gaming review as well as camera review from right here. If you have any questions, just hit us in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. Also do like and share the video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.